The production of Squid Game has released new behind-the-scenes videos. In them, we can see how several scenes from Season 2 were filmed. Today on our channel, we will analyze this material and share interesting details about the series. Ready? Let's get started. In Episode 1, there's a scene where the policeman discovers a clue about Squid Game. To investigate further, he climbs a building on a rainy night. Recently, the production released videos showing how this scene was filmed. We see a production member climbing the building at the same angles as the policeman. Obviously, these dangerous scenes are not performed by the main actor, but by a stunt double. If we look closely, the stunt double climbs with the help of ropes on his back. These ropes provide him with the power to climb effortlessly. The stunt double filmed the entire climbing sequence, and when he reaches the window, he is replaced by the actor. Let's move on to the doll game. First, we can notice that the doll was completely real. The actors were able to film their scenes facing it directly, which added a lot of realism to the process. However, not everything was real. If we look at the background, we can see that blue walls were used to add CGI in post-production. Segment 2. CGI and Set Design. In another video, I already explained the reason for this. CGI was used to create the massive walls of the set. It's much easier to create these walls with CGI than to build them by hand, since they are enormous. We also have a small glimpse of how the death of player 188 was filmed. In the series, she couldn't stay still due to fear. Her arms trembled a lot, and the doll detected her. That's why the North Korean guard had to eliminate her. This game had a lot of CGI. In this video, we can see how the aerial shots of the location were made. They simply filmed an island from above and created the entire doll set with CGI. This means that in the aerial shots, nothing was real. The gigantic container with the game's prize was also created with CGI. This iconic piggy bank has been present since Season 1. It's where the players can see the money accumulating with each game, but it was also CGI. The piggy bank doesn't exist. There are also some scenes from the Squid Game building. Here we can see the players walking in lines. If we pay attention to the floor, we'll notice that it's blue. Later, in editing, this blue background is used to add more floors below. This is done to avoid building such a tall structure. In Episode 5, the North Korean woman has a disagreement with her fellow guards. Because of this, two men go to her room to threaten her, and a small fight ensues. Now we have scenes of how that battle was filmed. As we can see, the person being hit is not the actress from the series, but a stunt double. He performs all the fight movements, and the actress only does the scenes where her face is shown up close. Additionally, we can notice how in the behind-the-scenes footage, the hits are extremely slow, but in the series, thanks to editing, the entire fight feels very violent. Now that we know part of this scene was done by a double, I took the time to go frame by frame to see if there's any moment where we can see his face. Indeed, when the character falls to the ground, we can see that it's not the actress, but a stunt double. That's why, after falling, the double immediately uses their arms to cover their face. The scene then cuts, and we transition to a close-up of the actual actress. A behind-the-scenes photo was also released showing the actress resting after filming the scene. On her cheek, we can see a streak of blood. So, this photo is from the end after the other guards cut her cheek with a knife. In the final scene, the actress ends up with her head pressed against the floor, but during breaks, she was given a pillow to rest her head. There's also a clear photo of Minsu playing gongi in the pentathlon. This is interesting because this image doesn't appear in the episode. It makes me think they filmed more footage of him, but it was ultimately cut during editing. Let's move on to this photo from the doll game. We see Goon alongside player 120 and a dead man on the floor. Interestingly, in the behind-the-scenes photo, the actor was given a blanket on the floor to prevent him from getting hurt. A behind-the-scenes photo was also released showing the actress resting after filming the scene. On her cheek, we can see a streak of blood. So, this photo is from the end after the other guards cut her cheek with a knife. In the final scene, the actress ends up with her head pressed against the floor, but during breaks, she was given a pillow to rest her head. There's also a clear photo of Minsu playing gongi in the pentathlon. This is interesting because this image doesn't appear in the episode. It makes me think they filmed more footage of him, but it was ultimately cut during editing. Let's move on to this photo from the doll game. we see Goon alongside player 120 and a dead man on the floor. Interestingly, in the behind-the-scenes photo, the actor was given a blanket on the floor to prevent him from getting hurt. We also have a group photo of the actors posing for a selfie at the premiere of Season 2. In the picture, we see player 120, the recruiter, and the YouTuber player. But the most interesting part? Ali from Season 1 is also in the photo. Apparently, he was invited to the premiere, which could mean that Ali might have a small cameo in Season 3. Let's not forget that in Season 2, Woo and Seok had cameos. They appeared in Episode 1 during Gi-hun's nightmare about the frontman. With this context, it wouldn't be surprising if Ali also makes a brief appearance in the next season. There were also videos released showing how the series choreographers prepared for the big battle in Episode 7. In that episode, Gi-hun and his friends pretended to be dead to surprise the guards. The rehearsals for this scene took place in a regular room, not in the dormitory set. Interestingly, in some of the practice shots, the choreographers are wearing player uniforms, even though no players fight each other in this scene. This suggests that they didn't have pink guard uniforms available for rehearsals. Finally, let's look at some fun behind-the-scenes moments. In this photo, we see Thanos climbing on top of the YouTuber player in the men's bathroom fight scene. There's also an image of actress Jo Yori, the pregnant player, posing with the friend of the trans player who died in the carousel game. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like. That would be legendary. And remember to subscribe for more Squid Game content. Thanks for listening.